Okay, so let's start this session. So this is a kind of a virtual meetup kind of session, and there is no limits like on what topics we will discuss in this session. You can ask anything ranging from Android or backend or anything about the interview or preparation or anything in general. So you can ask anything for that matter, and it's an regarding talking about the language. So you can ask in any language you prefer, either it's English or in Hindi. If you ask in English, I'll answer in English, or for the same, if you ask in Hindi, I'll answer in Hindi as well. So you can ask anything, and this is kind of a discussion kind of a session. So there is no fixed format, and like how to ask, and you can ask anything, and we will discuss the things in details if possible. And another thing is yeah, so if you have a multiple question, just try to group them in a batch, and when it's your turn, you can simply ask them one by one. Okay, and whoever has the questions, you can simply raise your hand, and once you raise your hand, I'll go turn by turn to hear your question or anything for that matter. It's not about just question. If you want to share anything, you can do so as well, like your experience and all those kinds of things. So we will do this way, and Utkarsh, just give me a minute. Okay, and for those who don't know me, I think most of you already know me via the Android community. For those who don't know me, I'm Rajesh. I am Android developer, currently having 5 years of experience. I do backend development as well, and I do Android development as well. And yeah, and energy is contagious. Yeah, thank you, Utkarsh. Yeah, definitely. So that's my tagline, right, for the LinkedIn. So I do Android as well as backend development, and I have tried to build a few major platforms on that allows to that tries to solve the problems that I have seen people were facing, and some of them I have already abandoned. So and some of them are still working, so we can discuss on that as well. If you need anything, something special regarding tips or anything, or if you have some doubts, you can simply ask here, and we will discuss that in details. Okay, with that being said, enough about myself. Okay, so let's start taking the questions. If anyone has a question, you can simply raise your hand. So yeah, Utkarsh, please.
Good evening, Rajesh.
Yeah, good evening.
So currently, matlab, I am working as an SD intern at OK Credit as an Android intern. एंड मैं मतलब कन्वर्सेशन को हिंदी में ही रखना चाहूंगा
Sure, sure.
बिकॉज आई
चलेगा.
थिंक हिंदी में हम ज्यादा बात कन्वे कर पाते हैं
Right, right.
तो
Right.
उससे सो आई वांट टू स्टार्ट माय सेइंग विद दैट मेरे कोड बेस में एमवीआई आर्किटेक्चर यूज हो रहा है अलोंग विद द एंड्रॉयड जेटपैक
Mm-hmm.
and my younger brother Nishkarsh has subscribed to your course
Mm-hmm.
because we both are real brothers, so obviously we would be buying course once only.
Mm-hmm.
So
Right.
yes, what would be your advice to me कि मतलब मैं आपके कोर्स को कैसे सिंक अप करके पढूं
Mm-hmm.
ताकि मैं एमवीआई आर्किटेक्चर में और अच्छे से इम्प्लीमेंट कर पाऊं मतलब बाय गॉड्स ग्रेस आई हैव रेज्ड 6 pull request in the span of 2 months. It's my
Great,
second month now.
great, great.
So
Okay.
what would be your advice?
Yeah, sure. So, congratulations for this six PRs raising on a PR. So, B like you are working in a MVI architecture, right? So, मेरा
Yes,
जो
yes,
कोर्स है जो आपके ब्रदर्स ने बाय किया है वो टोटली बेस है MVVM आर्किटेक्चर पे. एम
yes, yes,
MVI इज डिफरेंट एंड MVVM इज डिफरेंट. सो अगर
yes.
आप कोर्स के कंटेक्स्ट में पूछ रहे हैं, तो बेटर टू गो विद
नहीं,
एम.
मैं आपसे ये क्वेश्चन पूछ रहा हूँ
हाँ,
कि
हाँ,
उसको कैसे मैं सिंकअप करूँ क्योंकि एंड्रॉयड जेटपैक आपने भी सिखाया है एंड वो मेरे कोर्स और जो मैं कंपनी में काम कर रहा हूँ वो
हाँ.
भी है एंड्रॉयड जेटपैक. मोस्टली हम लोग एंड्रॉयड जेटपैक यूज कर रहे हैं, तो मैं आपके कोर्स को कैसे यूटिलाइज करूं इन अ बेटर वे, ताकि मैं एक अच्छा डेवलपर बन पाऊं इन एंड्रॉयड जेटपैक। सो यस।
Okay, so basically you are asking for the UI layer, right?
Yes, yes.
Mm-hmm.
No, no, not for the UI layer, but for the implementation part, like that. So, yes, what would be your genuine advice?
Okay, so if I understood your question correctly, so मेरे कोर्स में जो कंपोज भी है, तो सी ये आर्किटेक्चर ना, आर्किटेक्चर में सिर्फ अपना स्ट्रक्चर थोड़ा सा डिफरेंट रहेगा, बी इट एमवीवीएम और एमवीसी और एमवीआई।
एक्टिविटी और व्यू मॉडल में डिफरेंस आता
हाँ
है
हाँ
बस।
हाँ, एनीथिंग। तो जो लॉजिक रहेगा, या लॉजिक रहेगा या जो यूआई बिल्डिंग रहेगा, वो सब चीजें कॉमन रहेगी। आर्किटेक्चर कोई भी लो, अगर आप इफ यू आर बिल्डिंग विद द कंपोज, देन द यूआई विल बी सेम, राइट? एंड सेम फॉर
यस,
द बिजनेस लॉजिक्स। आप आर्किटेक्चर कोई भी यूज करो, बिजनेस
यस,
लॉजिक रहेगा सेम। तो आर्किटेक्चर्स क्या है? आर्किटेक्चर्स बेसिकली हाउ यू अरेंज द थिंग्स। मैं दो चीज यहाँ रखूँ, दो चीज यहाँ रखूँ, ये एक
कोडिंग
आर्किटेक्चर हो
स्टाइल
गया। हाँ,
बेसिकली।
कोडिंग स्टाइल और हाउ यू अरेंज देम। तो आर्किटेक्चर से इस पे फर्क नहीं पड़ता। अगर आप लेट्स से फॉर एग्जांपल जो मेरे कोर्स आपके ब्रदर्स ने लिया है, राइट? तो उसमें से आप
यस,
कंपोज सीख लो। फिर जो ये लॉजिक से रूम कैसे काम करता है, डेटा
ओके,
स्टोर
ओके,
कैसे काम करता है, वर्क मैनेजर कैसे काम करता है,
ओके,
सेम फॉर द रेट्रोफिट। तो वो आपने एक बार सीख लिया, तो आर्किटेक्चर में प्लग इन करने में इतना कुछ डिफिकल्ट नहीं है, सिंपल है।
यस,
आर्किटेक्चर की स्टाइल फॉलो करो, जो भी है एमवीवीआई, एमवीवीएम या एमवीआई, उसके स्टाइल को फॉलो करो, और सिंपली एक काइंड ऑफ प्लग एंड प्ले है। तो आप सीख
यस,
लो, फिर प्लग एंड प्ले कर दो, तो इजी हो जाएगा आपके लिए।
कूल, कूल।
ओके।
Yes, and Rajesh, what would be your advice to the interns specifically?
Okay. So, for those who are even looking for internship or are doing their internship, so मेरी एडवाइस यही रहेगी कि फर्स्ट तो आप अगर if you don't have a internship right now, you just join the community, because we are posting the internship and all those kinds of job posting in our community. This is the first thing. एंड द सेकेंड थिंग ये रहेगी कि अगर आप इंटर्न है, सी इफ यू आर एन इंटर्न, आपके पास कोई एक्सपीरियंस नहीं है, और मार्केट में टू बी ऑनेस्ट मार्केट में रिक्वायरमेंट है एक्सपीरियंस डेवलपर की। आपने भी कई लोगों ने फेस किया होगा कि इंटर्न्स
Yes,
को, राइट, इंटर्न्स को बोलते हैं कि वी नीड एक्सपीरियंस डेवलपर। तो एज ए इंटर्न्स आपके पास एक्सपीरियंस तो कुछ है नहीं, तो आप क्या कर सकते हैं? मेरा ऑलवेज फोकस यही था, और मेरी सजेशंस भी यही थी कि आप ओपन सोर्स पे फोकस करो। आप अपना गिटहब प्रोफाइल बनाओ, आप उस पे ओपन सोर्स प्रोजेक्ट बनाओ, भले ही बड़े ना बनाओ, सिंपली छोटे से, बट ओपन सोर्स पे फोकस करो। अपना गिटहब प्रोफाइल स्ट्रांग बनाओ। आपका प्रोफाइल स्ट्रांग होगा तो आप इंटरव्यूअर को बोल सकेंगे कि भाई देख, मैंने ये किया है, मैंने ये बनाया, मुझे ये आता है। सिर्फ लिख देने से कुछ नहीं होता कि भाई मुझे रेट्रोफिट आता है, रूम आता है। अगर आप, इफ यू डू लर्न बाय डूइंग, आप इंप्लीमेंट करोगे, तो वो आपका लर्निंग 10x हो जाएगा, ठीक है? तो आप अपनी एक तो ओपन सोर्स प्रोफाइल बनाओ गिटहब पे, उस पे कोड कुछ भी छोटा या बड़ा कोई भी साइड प्रोजेक्ट बनाओ, ऐसे दो तीन बनाओ, दैट।
yes, Rajesh, I already done that. Actually, I contributed in Enki Droid, which is a GSOC organization. I hope you know. बट राजेश, यहाँ पे दिक्कत क्या है कि आपने सही बोला, डूइंग ओपन सोर्स इज अ ग्रेट थिंग एंड डिप्लॉइंग प्रोजेक्ट्स ऑन गिटहब इज अ गुड थिंग, बट उसमें वो एक्सपोजर एंड एक्सपीरियंस मतलब मिल जाता है, इट्स गुड फॉर बिगनर। बट अगर आप जीसॉक में भी ट्राई करते हो, तो वहां पे मेंटर्स जो भी होते हैं वो उस तरीके से हेल्प नहीं करते हैं बड़े कोड बेस को समझने में। तो वही बात है, इसीलिए मतलब मैंने जीसॉक में भी मेरा हो गया था, एंड अपार्ट फ्रॉम जीसॉक एंड इंटर्नशिप आई चूज टू डू इंटर्नशिप।
हाँ हाँ
सो
हाँ हाँ।
यस, तो राजेश, बस यही है कि बस एक छोटा सा क्वेश्चन और है, बाकी
श्योर
और लोग
श्योर।
भी हैंड्स रेज अप कर रहे हैं, तो आई विल गिव देम टर्न, एंड विदाउट वेस्टिंग मच टाइम आई वुड लास्ट टू आस्क अ क्वेश्चन कि कभी कभी इंटर्न्स को ऐसा फील होता है, बीइंग माई सेल्फ एंड एज एन इंटर्न, तो मुझे कभी कभी तो बहुत अच्छा फील होता है, कभी कभी बहुत डीमोटिवेटेड फील होता है, कभी कभी मुझे ये लगता है कि मैं कर भी पाऊंगा या नहीं, तो ये डाउट में रहता हूँ मैं। तो इसको कैसे मिटाऊंगा?
राइट राइट, ग्रेट क्वेश्चन। सो कई लोगों को ये क्वेश्चंस है, कि मैं से कई मेरे 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 लिंक्डइन पे बहुत लोगों के डीएम्स आते हैं कि मैंने भाई 5 इंटरव्यूज दिए और मैं सेलेक्ट नहीं हो रहा। तो आपको ये बात, आई एम जस्ट गिविंग एन एग्जांपल ऑफ दिस इंटरव्यू, और कई रीजंस हो सकते हैं डिमोटिवेशन
Yes.
के या कुछ भी। तो मैं ये कहना चाहूंगा कि भाई 5 इंटरव्यू देने से कुछ नहीं होता। लोग देते हैं 15 देते हैं, 20 देते हैं, 25 देते हैं। मेरा मेरा एक फ्रेंड है जो अटलासियन में लगा है, उसका पैकेज भी उसको
Yes.
अच्छा है। तो उसने आई थिंक अराउंड 25-30 इंटरव्यू दिए थे, राइट? तो आप ऐसा मत सोचो कि चलो 5 इंटरव्यू नहीं दिए तो अपने में कुछ है नहीं। आपको फॉर एग्जांपल लेट्स से डीएसए पे आपका इतना स्ट्रांग नहीं है, जस्ट गिविंग एन एग्जांपल, और इंटरव्यू आपको वही पूछते हैं। तो ऐसा मत सोचो कि चलो मुझे डीएसए नहीं आता तो मैं तो कहीं चलूंगा ही नहीं। डेफिनेटली यू शुड लर्न ऑन फोकस ऑन लर्निंग डीएसए। बट ऐसे भी अगर आप प्रैक्टिस करोगे, कीप, माय एडवाइस इज कीप प्रैक्टिसिंग, ऐसे ट्राई करते रहो अलग अलग कंपनी, एक नहीं तो दूसरी, दूसरी नहीं तो तीसरी, एक साथ मल्टीपल जगह पे अप्लाई करो, और जॉब के अकॉर्डिंग प्रिपरेशन करो। सी प्रिपरेशन तो आपको करनी ही पड़ेगी, विदाउट प्रिपरेशन तो कुछ कहीं पर कुछ होगा नहीं। तो प्रिपरेशन करो, और डेफिनेटली 2-3-5 कंपनी में रिजेक्शन मिल जाए तो ऐसे मत लो टेंशन कि अब तो मेरा नहीं हुआ। भाई जो सक्सेसफुल है वो भी 15-20-30 कंपनी में इंटरव्यू देके फिर बने हैं, और फिर लिंक्डइन पे कंटेंट डाल रहे हैं कि भाई मेरा ये हो गया, मेरा ये हो गया, लेकिन वो ऐसे उसका भी फर्स्ट टाइम पे नहीं हो गया था। तो फोकस ये रहना चाहिए एज ए इंटर्न कि 5 कंपनी ने रिजेक्ट किया, चलो कोई नहीं, नेक्स्ट ट्राई करता हूँ, उसने किया, चलो कोई नहीं नेक्स्ट ट्राई करता हूँ। तो ऐसा माइंडसेट रखना पड़ेगा, तभी जाके यू कैन क्रैक 8 और 9 और 10th कंपनी। ठीक है। और अगर
Yes. Yes.
लर्निंग में कहीं कुछ है तो सी लर्निंग इज, आप एंड एवरीवन इज अ सॉफ्टवेयर इंजीनियर, राइट? सो लर्निंग कोई डिफिकल्ट पार्ट नहीं है। कोई कोड बेस कितना भी बड़ा हो या टेक्नोलॉजी कोई भी कितनी भी बड़ी हो, अगर आपको यू नो द बेसिक्स तो कुछ भी सीख लेंगे। अप्रोच ऐसा रखो कि चलो मुझे नहीं आता, कोई नहीं, मैं सीख लूंगा। इंटरव्यू में भी कुछ पूछा नहीं आता, कोई नहीं, उसको ऐसे बोल दो मैं सीख लूंगा, आई लर्न इट। तो अप्रोच ऐसा रखो कि अगर मुझे कुछ नहीं आता तो मैं सीख लूंगा। ऐसे भी रखोगे कि मुझे तो यार नहीं आता, ये मुझसे नहीं होगा, तो नहीं होगा। वो अप्रोच बदलना पड़ेगा आपको एटलीस्ट।
Thank you, Rajesh. Thank you.
या वेलकम। एंड ओके, सो हु इज नेक्स्ट? कृष्णा प्रणीत खंबापति, यस प्लीज।
Yeah, hi Rajesh.
या हाय।
I'm currently having 2 years experience in Android. So from like in the initial phase, like I was working in Capgemini currently. So currently, from past 1 year, like I was having interest in backend. So I have learned myself, which is not then I felt like it is not working, and I started taking a course. So now I was learning that, but I'm parallel getting I was interested in Android as well. So like I don't when I'm trying to switch the company now, like it's really hard for me to decide which job like opportunity I need to choose. Like should I focus on the Android or the back end? Should I focus as a software developer? Which
Okay.
one I need to choose?
Okay, so yeah, what's your current tech stack?
Tech stack was Java and Kotlin we are using.
Okay, so you are building a backend software, right?
No, 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 no. We are I'm working with this Subway is there, na? Like for that we are building the
Sorry, which one? I didn't get that.
Subway, Subway,
Subway. Let me check that. What's that? Basically,
a
it's
Subway restaurant, the quick service like
okay, okay,
McDonald's, Subway.
okay. No, no, no. What I'm asking is, are you into mobile development, web
Ah,
development, or
yes,
the on the
yes.
back end?
Yeah, I'm Android developer only, but I was from the past like I had an interest in backend, so myself started learning by Spring Boot and all those things, and later on I started I want to learn more, so to get practice with the DS and all go like LLD and HL all these things, I started take up a course. But now myself I have concentrated on the backend. Now I'm I Android
Okay.
as well. Like I'm getting interest in Android, because parallelly my work is getting increased and I'm getting learning new things. Interest in Android as well.
Right, great.
So I was in a confusion state.
Okay, sure, no worries. So,
Well, like when I was in that confusion only, like I have so, like I've seen your profile and I was receiving your notifications. Then like I think I will be the right person for me. I felt.
right, sure. So a lot of people has this dilemma that okay, I've been doing this technology and now this is trending. So one thing,
Yeah,
if question is completed, you just go on a mute, so we can.
sure.
Okay, thank you. So yeah, so a lot of people has this dilemma that okay, I've been doing this technology since this many years and now this technology is trending. So what should I do? So see, remember one thing is this IT tech is ever changing, right? Nothing is permanent here. The new technologies are coming every day. So what you need to focus is where you want to put your energies. For example, let's say I am good at Android developer, right? So let's be honest, everyone needs a job, right? So if you want a job, because everyone needs to support their families in most cases, so if you need to job, for that thing focus on the Android, because let's say I have a 2 years of Android knowledge. Okay, so what I should focus for the getting the job purpose, I should focus on Android because that is I already know. And now now see, okay, I already know the Android and I have a good job, so I am quite excellent at Android. So now let's say I want to expand my skill. Expanding skill is also essential in our sector, that is IT. So I want to expand my skill. So now what I can do, I can do learn these things, all of these things by either via free materials available on YouTube and internet and all of these things, or I could take a course. Once I am familiar with this concept, try to build a few things around these things. Don't just directly apply for the jobs that okay, I've learned these things, I've taken this course, okay, let me apply for this thing. Try to at least build a few things, because just learning via the courses or the free materials is not that much of important, because when you put your learning and practice in the real world, you will get to know, you will get to learn a lot of more things. So try to build two or three simple or one large projects around that technology, and then once you are confident, then go and apply for this technology for the job, just for the real world example. So basically, to answer your question, if you are comfortable with Android and if you have a good job for the Android, definitely learn the backend development, because that is essential as well. Because once you learn the front end and back end, both of these things, you have a complete idea, complete picture of the how products works end to end. So you can learn these things yourself, try to build a few mini or major projects around this technology, and then apply for that technology as a job. Okay, otherwise if you are just looking for the jobs, so don't try to I might be wrong, but this is my personal opinion, that don't try to just go and apply for that. Apply for the job, apply on the things that you already know. And another things I would like to tell you is, see, as you grow in your career, what matters is the specialization, not the generalization. See, let me give you an example here. Everybody knows Apple, right? Apple company. So Apple has built their $1 trillion business around only four products: Mac, iPad, iOS, and this sorry, what to say, airpod, maybe, yeah, airpod. So see, they are not investing into hundreds of different products. They have focused on the four core products and they are making trillions. So as you grow, similarly, as you grow in the careers, try to focus on the specialization. If I am good at the Android, what are the things that I am good at the Android that I can answer, but even Google can't answer on a first try. So if I know that kinds of things for the Android, then it's my specialization, and then it will gives me more salary or more recognition and more fame, rather than I know few things about the Spring Boot, I know few things about Android, I know few things about Kotlin or Ktor. So if you, as you advance in your career, focus on the specialization, not the generalization, that hey, it's important to, don't think like it's important to learn all of these things, I should be knowing DSA and Android and Spring Boot and all of these things. try to master one thing that you really want to become at. So that things you need to decide, because it's unique for everyone. So you need to decide that, but try and stick with that. That okay, in this field I will I will continue learning and I will enhance my skill in this field. So whenever people needs me, or whenever some corporates needs me in terms of a job, they should come to me rather than they should go to elsewhere. So that is something you can keep in mind, focusing on the specialization on any technology that interests you.
Okay, guys. Yeah, thank you so much. Like, yeah, because I have like whenever I was get interested now that I was by seeing your post only, like I like someone got more interest in Android towards Android.
Right.
Yeah, thank
But
and
yes.
yeah, right.
So what I was trying to say is, don't just get in influenced by anyone else. Okay, there are lots of people doing the lots of things. So don't just get influenced by anything. Let's say I'm good at, just for an example, I'm good at Android. So if you are in the backend and you are doing well, don't just get influenced by that. Okay, this guy has this many followers and he is writing content on Android. So let me learn the Android. Focus on what interests you and try to be specialist in that technology only, because if you try to do one thing better, it's always better than you know five things but only a bit about them. So we have some saying, I think, master of sorry yeah, jack of all trade, master of none, right? So don't try to be that, just master one thing.
Yes. Yeah, actually, like initial phase, na, like I was not able like they used to give me less work. Like right. I used to write unit test cases. That's why like I didn't explore much thing in Android. That's why like I didn't get interest. But after seeing your content, like just by seeing your content only, I got interest. Like oh, these many things are there in Android. I just didn't know until these years. That's where I got interested. Yeah.
Sorry, can you repeat, please?
I was just saying that by seeing your content only, like in the initial phase, I was not having that much. I don't know much things in Android. I used to be Android developer, but don't know anything. As myself, like don't there was no support for me, so I'm not having any like not getting things. Yeah,
Okay.
that's like I was just through your content only I was getting interest. That's what I mean.
Right, right, great. So yeah, definitely try to learn things in, let's say again, but as you advance in your career, learning is always good, but as you
Yeah.
advance in your career, try to focus on a specialization rather than generalization.
Okay, sure, sure.
Sure,
And one last thing, like I want to ask,
sure.
small thing. Like currently I'm working in a like MNC, right? But I want to switch to an like because to a product-based company. That's what my main goal. Like because in service-based companies there is less work and not getting more scope to do. So, so
So
how can I do that?
okay, so if you want to do that, again the same thing. Try to prepare, because product-based companies are focused what I've seen is most project-based companies are focused on a DSA as well, even for the Android role. And there are some companies that focus on a real-world programming rather than just a plain simple and fix DSA content. So that is one thing I know. One company I know is Gojek. Okay, so I've written a post on them as well. So Gojek is a very good company. You can get to know different things, different technologies. I'm just giving an example, not promoting anyone. Okay, so to what you need to do, you need to decide, okay, where you want to go. Select the company. Okay, these files are my dream company and I would like to go there. So now based on their requirement, you need to prefer. Let's say for example, if you are going for the Swiggy and you say yourself that I am not going into DSA, that won't work because they need a DSA, right? So you need a job, so you need to prepare according to what they required. So go let's say
Yes, yes, I got
define
it.
few companies first, then see what they ask is search on the internet and then prepare accordingly and then try to give an interview. Okay.
Yeah, Rajesh. Yeah.
Uh,
Thank you so much for that.
yeah, okay, welcome. Okay, now moving on to the next question. That is, I can see from the Subrat Shankar Sahu. Yes, please.
Hi, good evening to all.
Good evening.
So, yeah, I have a question. Like, I tried for switching the job due to downsizing in my organization.
Mm-hmm,
So they are forced to put the paper to all, means all my team members. Okay.
mm-hmm,
So currently, because I made a mistake, like I'm not prepared, means not ready for the interview. Okay,
mm-hmm,
make due to work from home facilities,
mm-hmm,
I went to my home in the during Corona period.
mm-hmm,
After that, I am in the comfort zone. Okay,
mm-hmm.
I'm never ready for the like sudden this type of situation.
Right,
Okay,
right, right.
so just last 1.5 ago, means I received this type of immediate call from HR. Okay,
Mm-hmm,
and
mm-hmm,
that time I'm not prepared to means things are happened suddenly for me. Okay,
mm-hmm,
so
mm-hmm,
after that I moved to Bangalore. Currently I'm at Bangalore
mm-hmm,
from Odisha to Bangalore.
mm-hmm,
So initial stage I faced so many things like not in the touch with the basics also. Okay,
mm-hmm,
like I have five years plus experience.
mm-hmm.
Okay,
Right.
but still I am not able to convey the means crack the interview in the initial stage. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
so
Right.
currently I'm searching for the job. Okay,
Mm-hmm,
like my last working day also near. Okay,
mm-hmm,
so what are the things actually I in the initial stage I shivering to sit in the interview. Okay,
mm-hmm.
it's
Right.
it's on the virtual one, but still that type of fear comes in my mind. Okay,
Mm-hmm. Right.
so I just want to know like what the things I need to
Right.
prepare and what are the smart work I need to do. Okay,
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm,
so what I faced now, so
mm-hmm.
I think it can happen to anyone. Okay,
Right,
so
right.
I just want to know. So everyone should be prepared on this type of situation. Now, market is also not good.
Mm-hmm,
So I know, and I want to participate on these questions. Like, what are the things we need to do? Like,
mm-hmm,
we will face this type of situation.
mm-hmm.
Okay, and
Right.
what the smart work we need to do. Okay.
Right. Right. So before to answer your question, let me just ask you, you have 5 years of experience in the Android development, right?
Yes, so my it's my third organization,
Mm-hmm,
and from starting of my career, I means work in the startup environment only.
mm-hmm,
Like in my first organization, I spent there 2.5 years.
mm-hmm,
There only we three people's working there. Okay,
mm-hmm,
like it's a small startup in the Bangalore. After
mm-hmm,
that, I moved to 50, like 35 plus members
mm-hmm,
organization. It's a
mm-hmm,
fintech domain.
mm-hmm,
I learn a lot there.
mm-hmm,
Okay. Now this company when I joined, it's like 110 plus member. Okay.
mm-hmm,
But in this year, they improve a lot. Like when I joined there, it's a 110 plus members. But
mm-hmm,
currently it's a 300 plus. But
mm-hmm.
due to no market, okay, the market situation is not good. Okay,
Right, right.
and that they are trying for the means project. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
but they are not able to get it
Okay.
that much. Okay,
Mm-hmm,
so they requested us to don't work now, because
mm-hmm,
you try outside and be prepared, don't work for now,
mm-hmm.
and they will provide the salary now, but
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they have
don't
asked
get
you to
into. Yeah,
try
yeah,
searching for new jobs.
yeah. So go and study, but
Mm-hmm,
don't work in the office now, and don't do the office work.
mm-hmm,
You spend your time in the preparation,
mm-hmm.
but when you in the comfort zone, na, you will not get into the
Right,
study things.
right,
Okay,
right, right.
so first in this 2 month period,
Mm-hmm,
okay, in the first 30 days I am in the depression. Okay, like
mm-hmm,
what the things I need to do, what are the things I need to cover. Okay,
mm-hmm,
like from basic and in the starting they are asking for the logical question, logical coding. Okay,
mm-hmm,
like
mm-hmm,
this type of things they asked in the interview.
mm-hmm.
Okay,
Right.
so I faced so many rejection, but
Mm-hmm,
gradually in the last 5 days or 10 days, I like when I rejected from the first round, but
Mm-hmm.
I made some like something I improved. Okay, like
Mm-hmm.
step by step, small steps I took
Mm-hmm.
and improved. Like first round to second round, I promoted.
Mm-hmm.
Like that, and in second round, three or four companies I rejected.
Mm-hmm.
But in compared to first day, and
Mm-hmm.
from now onwards, I improved small thing, means something. Okay, that's why I promoted to second round.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I just want to know, like, please give some suggestion and some smart work need to do.
Mm-hmm.
So what I faced till now, so
Mm-hmm.
nobody face this type of things. Okay, because
Mm-hmm.
it's just depressing for me and
Mm-hmm.
depressing for anybody. Okay,
Mm-hmm. Right.
so I just want to alert to everyone.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, like the market situation and the startup situation also not good. Some
Mm-hmm.
startups doing well, but some startup not doing well. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
so I need all community members inputs on this, and
Uh,
so we will be prepared and will not face this type of things in future.
right.
Anybody, yeah,
Right. Right.
that's why I that's why I just put on to in the table this
Uh,
type of thing.
Sure, sure. So let me answer your question. First, I appreciate the courage that you took to discuss these kinds of things because it's something most people ignores even if they are facing this problem. And believe me, you are not alone. I've seen a lot of people in this dilemma that okay, see what we tends to do as once we have some kind of a comfort zone. Let's say I have even I have 5 years of experience, right? So let's say I have 5 years of experience. So what we used to do, we okay, we have good job and we are getting paid well and now everything is sorted. But and that was fine as well, but this pandemic changed everything, right? There were a lot of overhire, and now we are seeing these mass layoffs as well. So now you cannot simply trust any company, even the Meta or Google or Microsoft, anyone. You cannot simply company that okay, if I join them once, I am good forever. It's not like that. They could fire you anytime. So in this tough time, what matters is the skills, right? If you have a skills, you could be apply to any company and get a good job. So now how to get these skills, or let's say if you and I can understand, right? If you have a few years of experience, we are sometimes lazy to learn a new things. But what we have to keep in mind is learning is essential, right? Even if I have 5 years of experience or a 1 years or 2 years, I need to constantly keep updating myself for the new things. That is a mandatory things that we need to know. The second thing is how to improve on these things. Now we know what to do, we need to learn new things. Now how to actually do it? So what I would suggest in this tech domain, few things I can suggest is first is again keep doing on a small project. See, even I let me just give you an example of myself. Even uh, I have 5 years of experience and I have a stable job. Even if you go to my GitHub profile, it's a full of projects, okay, and I keep pushing the codes every now and then. So what you need to do is you need to keep updating yourself via building the projects. Even if it's for or your own use. Let's say if you have some problems in your day-to-day task and you are an Android developer, right? You, me, or anyone. So what you can do, you can build Android apps that solve that task, push it to GitHub. Now you have that one thing to show the interviewers. If you have another problem, solve it using the Android programming, push it to GitHub and show it to the users. This way it builds your reputation in the side of an interviewer that okay, this guy is a real world programmer and he is able to recognize the problem, he is able to solve the problem. Even if you are not able to solve the problem, just it just conveys that you are able to recognize the problem. And as we move in the career, recognizing the problem is a fine. See, even let's say if we talk about the Android core or Jetpack Compose code, even the 1 or 2 years of guy will can write the code. So at the stage of the 5+ experience, what you are expected is you need to recognize the problem. What is the recognize, how to uh, build the architecture, not just the MVVM in this sense, but how the overall architecture will work, how you will recognize it, how you will see the product. That is something we need to learn, and that thing comes from the big things comes from the small things. Same way, that things come from the small issues you recognize in your real life, build a solution for that and push it to GitHub. That is one thing. And second thing is, start writing. I'll suggest everyone to start writing. Even if you don't, just don't try to write for getting the followers. Even if you don't get followers, keep writing. Okay, why? Because writing keep makes your thoughts clear. If I know a few things about some technology, I might forget it, but if I write it, it will allow me to clear my thoughts in my own mind. And this is my personal experience as well. If I don't write and just read it somewhere, I can think that okay, I now I know it, okay, and this is fine. But if I try to write these things in a on a LinkedIn or Twitter or blog anywhere, now my thought process is becoming clear. I know what to write next, I know what will come. So this makes your thought process clear, and making your thought process clear is the essential step you could take as a developer, and this will help you in any part of life. So writing is essential, be it a developer or anything. Writing is essential. This is the second thing you can focus on. First is solving these problems and publishing out on a GitHub or anywhere. Second thing is writing, and third thing is again, even if we have a good job, don't keep learning. See, I provide my own courses, right? So what I do, even before I start my classes, I have to go and learn the things that I don't already know, because even nobody knows. See, try to appreciate yourself that you don't know everything. You, me, or anything. Nobody knows everything, right? You know few things. I know few things, and then we all of know few things, but nobody knows everything. So just appreciate that and try to learn the things that attracts you, but you don't know already. And even if you know some things, try to get it into details. So these kinds of approach, I believe will be able to crack the interviews in a more easier way.
Yeah, thanks, Rajesh. So, and one more thing, I just
Sure.
to like give a suggestion like this.
Mm-hmm.
So, like in one place where we can, like, I faced one interview and I want to share some question, okay,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
like some Telegram group or WhatsApp group. So I just want to share, like, how is the interview experience and what the questions I faced, and
Mm-hmm.
somebody other in the group who already faced the interview, and
Mm-hmm.
like if we sum of like 10 like 10 people said only two question or five question or 50 questions are got to know about the questions full, okay.
Mm-hmm. Right, right.
Okay. So that thing I just like suggest you, like if you have any Telegram group or WhatsApp group, is
Mm-hmm.
there anything is there?
Yes, I believe you are not joined our Android community, because we are running a community. We have, I think, around 1500 plus members. So you can definitely join. It's a WhatsApp group. Okay, the first group is a full. The second group has around 2 or 300 people. So you can join, and then you'll get to know all of these things, as well as you
Could
can
you,
share your experience.
yeah, sure. Could you share the WhatsApp link?
Yeah, sure.
Actually, actually, I told 3 days ago,
Mm-hmm.
I just follow in the LinkedIn. Okay, and
Mm-hmm.
in this time, in this period, LinkedIn helped a lot. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
because I through LinkedIn I follow some of the Android developers now.
Right.
Earlier, I used Facebook, Instagram. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
all this social media, but I
Mm-hmm.
uninstall all things.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, last 2 months, and
Mm-hmm.
I install only LinkedIn, and through LinkedIn I know some like I got to know some of these few good things in
Mm-hmm.
the Android. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
so and I'm not aware of that your WhatsApp group.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, if you share that link, so it
Sure,
could be
sure.
helpful to me.
So let's do one thing. Let's I'll just DM me on a LinkedIn, and I'll share. Otherwise, if I will be able to get it right now, I'll share in in this chat window. but just let's try. Let's if I am not able to do so, just DM me on a LinkedIn. Okay,
Okay.
I shall.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah. Welcome. Thanks for your valuable feedback.
Yeah, welcome. Okay, now moving on to the next question. Before because we have less time, so let's just try to keep your whoever is asking, try to keep your questions short and crisp, so we can have others asking question as well. Okay, so now Karthik. Yes, Karthik.
Hi Rajesh,
Yeah, hi.
you are doing very great.
Thank you.
So, just I want to know that how you are managing time, posting content in LinkedIn and office work and giving courses. So that I want to know now.
Right, right. So yeah, so lot of people are asking me like how you manage this thing. So see, few things. Uh, I have a day job, right? So in my day job time, I have to do my that company's work, and then what I can do is I am providing course as well. So yeah, someone sent this link here, right? In the chat window. Please definitely go through it, and I'll share the another group link as well. Okay, so now coming to the Karthik's question, my sessions course timings are in the evening. So what I do is after the day job is finished, I try to focus on what I need to teach today's classes. I learn a few things if I don't know. If I already know, I try to prepare PPTs and all of these things, and then development environments, and then I take the course class as well. And once the class is finished, what I need to do is I need to I try to generate the content for the LinkedIn. Let's say what I will write tomorrow. If I get the time in that late night, I try to write it, and let post it tomorrow. But if I don't have a time in the early morning, maybe you can say, I try to draft what I need to write today, and then I write it and post it on a LinkedIn. So this is how it works. Definitely, I'm not, I'm just giving you a glance. It's not a detailed answer, but because we need to we have many questions as well. So this is how basically I handle it. And now drafting to let everyone know, we have a chat GPT, right? All of you knows. So what you can do, you can have idea. See, we are humans, right? So ultimately we need to be in the power in the sense that we need to provide, okay, what to write, how to write. So you can take a help from the chat GPT, get some content from there as well, apply your own touch, refactor the things, and then paste it on any social media platform. Don't just paste what chat gpt has told, because it's a too monotonous and boring. Nobody will care to read that kind of thing. Create your own things, create your own touch, how to and up generate the content, add a few things from other places like on the internet as well, refine that content, and then apply your own touch, and then post it on any social media platform. So that is something I could say.
Yeah, thank you, Rajesh.
Yeah, welcome. Okay, so not able to join because it's a full. Yeah, it's a full, right? I let me see if I can get the another group. Meanwhile, I believe Swapnil has asked the question. Swapnil, are you in the call right now? Hello, do we have a Swapnil? Yeah, no is है लेकिन. Okay, fine. So what is your question? Good evening, Rajesh Bhaiya. I was into Android app development, but now in intern, I am getting work in React Native. Now I am getting FOMO that I will miss Kotlin and all. Can you suggest what should I do? So yeah, so what I can say is, let's say if you are in your day job, if you are working in a React Native, right? So definitely you need to do it. Keep focus on that React Native. On your job time, focus on the React Native. But if you love the Kotlin in your spare time, continue working with the Kotlin. Try learning via YouTube videos or that kinds of things, or by joining any sessions that we provide, or by asking with the community members. So to concretely answer it on your daytime, definitely focus on React Native because this is what you are working at your company, right? And you need to focus on, definitely focus on that. But in your spare time, try to keep a sights on Kotlin as well, and yeah, again, that is something I always suggest. Try to build things in a Kotlin that can solve the problems for you as well. So that will definitely help you to not get this this FOMO for the Kotlin. Try to learn it in your spare time, because see, and one thing you need to do is, if it's a learning, you need to keep you need to do the efforts, right? If you have some leisure time and if you don't do the effort, it won't make any difference. If it's a learning, you need to do the efforts. That is definitely the required thing. Okay. Okay, fine. We have a question from the Tarun Kumar. Yes, Tarun.
Yeah, hi Rajesh.
Yeah, hi.
I have a question technically, so I can ask those, right?
Sure.
So we were working on a, like some app like where we need to load the like high quality bitmaps into the app. Okay, so these are like for TV. Okay, so what issue we are facing is like we are, like once the images keeps on scrolling, the memory keeps on increasing continuously. Okay, so one problem like what we are facing is like more memory is getting increased, and we one issue what we are observing is like glide is consuming more memory what we have read in some documents, some blogs. Okay, so people are suggesting like coil will be the better alternate approach than glide. So I want to like, is it a proper thing to change from glide to coil? That is one thing. And to reduce the memory consumption, all these things, I had already done the memory profiling and CPU profiling. These kind of things I had done to improve the performance. Are there any other alternate tools or anything like to look into like to improve the performance in app?
Okay. Yeah, definitely. So to answer your first point, as about switching from the glide to coil.
Coil.
So
Yeah.
what's your UI framework? It's a XML or a Compose?
Excellent.
Okay, fine. So for the XML, and the Glide is a very famous library as well, and very popular as well. And Coil is totally Kotlin backed things as well. So I don't have insight on the exact performance difference between these two library, but what I can suggest, although Glide is a very famous, you could give a Coil a try, just for a, let's say if it's a multi-module, just give it a try in a single module, or try to do for the testing, try to keep the Glide, keep the Coil as well, and for the few images, or for few at a few places, try to use the Coil and see how it make difference. If it makes the significant difference, replace all of the Glide with Glide usage using the Coil. If it doesn't make any significant difference, there is no point to replacing that, right? So that is one thing you can do, trying by iteration, one by one. Try to see if it can max impact for a few things, and then if it does make, then try to change it for the whole the project, and just dump the Glide. And regarding the memory profiling, yeah, you have tried a memory profiler and CPU profiler and all of these things. So
Yes.
what you can do is, yeah, that is standard things that I know, right? More memory and CPU profiler. So to get more on this, what you can do is, you can somehow, if you can generate the logs that is causing this kind of these things, high memory uses, you can generate the logs, uh, approach the maintainer, let's say Glide or a Coil, approach the maintainers, and or just create a issue on their GitHub repo, that okay, this is the things, this is I am facing, and it's a consuming a huge memory. So even if you don't know, if even if you don't know the exact reason, just tell them, could you please look into it, and where am I wrong, or what is the issue with these things. So that thing will help you to understand the things, what is the exact problem. Because if you create an issue, everyone can see it, right? And people will provide their own comment as well. It's not that only maintainer can do that. People who might have faced this issue, can provide the comment as well. And one thing you need to take care is be as certain as possible, because we might have hundreds of Stack Overflow or GitHub issues asking that, hey, I have memory problem with this glide. So the solution that might work for me might not work for you. So what you need to do, you need to get the as much possible as the logs, get that logs, and then ask the questions in a Stack Overflow or on a GitHub issue, that this is the logs, this is the issue I am facing, this is the expected outcome I am expecting, and if possible, just help me. So I could this could be the answer to your second question.
Okay. So other than memory profiling, CPM, you guys are not ready for any other tools, is it?
Oh, no, 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 no. I don't have much insight on anything if there is something for this memory management.
Okay. Okay. Thanks. And like if anyone in the group
Maybe you could try to ask, because we have lots of people, right? And lots of talented people. So someone might have used this. So you could try asking. If
sure, sure.
okay. So are you in a first group or are you in a second group?
Uh, I guess it's the first one. Like,
Okay, great. Then we have 1,000 people, so someone will answer it. Otherwise, I would forward that message to the primary group. So if anyone knows the answer, they can provide it. Okay,
Yeah, Rajesh, I have a suggestion. Okay,
sure.
Subrat. So what happened while maintaining the two groups, separate group like WhatsApp one, group two?
Mhm.
I think the Telegram is a better place. Like there, we can manage a lot of the things. Okay,
Mhm.
it's better to WhatsApp. Okay,
Mhm.
what I feel.
Right.
So where all peoples are come together there.
Mhm. So what
So
we
if
Yeah, so what we have done, we have tried WhatsApp, we have tried the Telegram, we have tried the Discord, and none of them work except the WhatsApp, because this is what we have already tried. See, few things why it's keeping on a WhatsApp. First thing, the first thing that you see in your phone when your day starts is a WhatsApp, right? Not Telegram or not Discord for the majority of the people. Second thing is, people won't open the Telegram or Discord as much as time they open the WhatsApp. That is second thing. And the third thing is, we don't have enough audience to tap these kinds of a community. We already had the community, this same community on a Telegram. We had around 350 members. So that's why we just shut down that community, because we had a less number of people in WhatsApp. I know it's a definitely a limitation that not everyone can exchange the idea between these two groups, but this is something that worked for us, because a lot of people, let's say 50 or 60% of people are not on the Telegram itself, right? So they might not able to join there. That's why we kept both of these group on a WhatsApp. What we are waiting for is WhatsApp to increase the group limit, and then only we can do something.
okay,
Okay.
fine.
Yeah, thank you. Okay, anyone else has any questions or any things, or what? Yeah, JS has some question. Hi Rajesh bhai, I have 5+ years of experience in Android development. I am planning to apply jobs in MNC or FANG. My question is, what should be roadmap for my preparation? Like, should I only sharpen Android development, or is there any need of DSA preparation also? Is DSA question asked at expert level interview or not? Any other things I need to look? Please guide. Okay. Sure. To answer your question, Jayesh, what you can do if you are applying for a MNC, or see, to be frank, if you are applying for MNCs like TCS or or that kinds of institution, they don't even require you to learn the DSA and all of these things. But DSA is matters. I'm not downsizing or downmooring any companies. I'm just stating the facts. So if you are trying to apply for the, let's say you have mentioned the FANG, right? Yes. So if you are trying to apply, they will definitely. Am I audible?
Yes, yes.
Okay. So yeah, they will definitely focus on this DSA and system design. As you have 5 years of experience in these companies, what you are expected to do? You are expected to build the whole the system from the see, they are not only looking for how you write the code, that even 2 or 3 years of experience people can do. They are not looking for how you write the code. What they are looking is how you structure your code, how you organize it, how you what architecture you choose, what are the trade-offs that you know, okay, this architecture I cannot use, so why you cannot use, why this one and why not that one. How this will work at the high level, will it handle these kinds of a traffic, will it handle these kinds of a users, and what if something error happens, what if lots of users are facing, so what will you do. Let's say 5% of users are facing this error in our application, so at that time what will you do. Will you just provide an update to everyone, or will you do some kind of a server side settings that will improve the performance of this 5% of users. So these kinds of things that they are looking into it. So definitely if you are planning for them, you need to prepare DSA as well as system designing, and definitely focus on Android as well, because if you are applying for the Android, you should know ups and downs of the Android, how the memories works, and how the processes works, and what happens if my application is constantly crashing for some users. These kinds of things at the even at the low level and at the high level, you are expected to be known for these kinds of companies, because they would heavy weight on all of these kinds of knowledge.
So, can
Yes.
you suggest some resources for learning system designing and exploring it?
So for the system designing, it's not specific to Android, but I think we have something called a Gaurav Sen, right? If I'm not wrong, we have something called that guy is awesome in system design. I've seen a few videos of him in past, so you can try searching for Gaurav Sen on YouTube. He do provide these kinds of things, and apart from that, what you can do, you can simply go to YouTube, and if you search for the system design, you will get a lot of uh, 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 uh,
Okay,
playlist and videos, right? So just
I will, I will.
right,
Yeah.
so just try to filter them out, use the YouTube filter, and just try to see what of them are most popular. So based on that thing, I believe you will get the data.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Yeah, welcome. Okay. Any more questions on anything, Android or anything? We have a lot of people. Let me name them out: Akashdeep, Aditya, Anil Kumar, Asha Khan, Bhargav, Giridhar, Jayesh, Karthik, Pravalika, Priya, Rachit. Okay. Anyone has any questions or want to share anything?
हेलो राजेश भैया।
Yes, Salma. Hi.
हाँ, तो मेरा क्वेश्चन ये था कि मैं फर्स्ट ईयर से ना एंड्रॉयड कर रही हूँ, लेकिन एक भी कोर्स ना मैं कंप्लीट नहीं कर पा रही हूँ, या फिर मतलब एक भी टॉपिक ऐसे, मैं अभी थर्ड ईयर में हूँ पर एक भी टॉपिक अभी कंप्लीट नहीं हुआ है मेरा, ऐसा करके प्रोजेक्ट मतलब स्टार्ट करती हूँ बट वो कंप्लीट नहीं होता है। तो ये था, और एक्सएमएल में भी कर रही हूँ, तो एक्स जैसे कि जैकपॉट कंपोज का बहुत है, तो मेरे को वो मैंने एक्सएमएल तक मतलब जितना भी बेसिक मैंने पूरा कंप्लीट नहीं किया है कोई भी चीज़, तो मुझे थोड़ा-थोड़ा पता है। तो उतना है। और और क्वेश्चन, हाँ, बस इतना था। और रोड मैप क्या होना चाहिए मेरे लिए कि मैं क्या-क्या कैसे-कैसे पढूँ, और कैसे-कैसे प्रोजेक्ट्स करूँ और जॉब के लिए कैसे अप्लाई करूँ, ये सब जानना था।
Okay.
थैंक यू।
या तो यू सेड कि कोई प्रोजेक्ट कंप्लीट नहीं होता, राइट? तो कंप्लीट क्यों नहीं होता? मे आई नो द रीजन? कोई एक्सटर्नल रीजन है, या यू फीलिंग लेजीनेस, या क्या इश्यू क्या है?
लेज़ीनेस की वज़ह से ही होगा, आई थिंक सो।
राइट, राइट। सो दैट इज समथिंग वी ऑल नीड टू लर्न, कि अगर लेजीनेस है तो कुछ होने वाला नहीं है आज कल या फ्यूचर में कभी भी, राइट? So one thing I can tell you to overcome this laziness is again the same thing, because I focus on a practical learning. So आप जैसे कि मैं आपको एक एग्जांपल देता हूँ, नॉट टू प्रमोट माई सेल्फ बट जस्ट टू गिव एन एग्जांपल। मैं जब कॉलेज में था तो
आप ऑडिबल नहीं थे, आप ऑडिबल नहीं थे अभी,
हेलो,
आपकी आवाज़ कट।
हेलो, इज इट गुड नाउ?
या या
ओके तो मैं जब कॉलेज में था तो मेरे कॉलेज टाइम पे क्या था कि हम लोगों को कॉलेज का जो टाइम टेबल्स होता है वो हर बार देखना पड़ता था, राइट? कि चलो फोटो निकालो, फोटो में देखो आज कौन सा लेक्चर है, चलो ओके फाइन। तो मैंने क्या किया था कि मैंने एक एंड्रॉयड एप्लीकेशन बना दी। मुझे तब एंड्रॉयड के बारे में कुछ भी पता नहीं था। मैंने सीखा, एक एप्लीकेशन बनाई कि चलो वो एप्लीकेशन में खोलूँ, मेरे को तरह जल्दी से दिखा दे कि चलो भाई आज कौन सा लेक्चर है, ठीक है? तो वो हो गया एक प्रैक्टिकल यूज केस। तो अगर आप प्रैक्टिकल यूज केस के बारे में सोचोगे ना तो वो तो सीखना इजी हो जाएगा। जस्ट लेट मी गिव यू वन मोर एग्जांपल। माय फादर इज यूज टू वॉच द live TV channels, right, on a YouTube. So what I did, I just created an application that contains a list of the channels that he is interested in, and then I made some good UI, and then I provided that application to my father. Okay, मैंने बोला कि आप ये एप्लीकेशन यूज करो, आपको इजीली कहीं पर यूट्यूब में जाके सर्च करने की जरूरत नहीं है, बस सिंगल क्लिक करो, चैनल लोगो है, चैनल नेम है, इस पे क्लिक करो, आपकी चैनल यूट्यूब में ओपन हो जाएगी। सो दिस काइंड्स ऑफ अ प्रैक्टिकल, सी इवन दो इट्स अ स्मॉल, इट्स अ प्रैक्टिकल। तो उस एप्लीकेशन में मेरा यूज केस क्या है? रेट्रोफिट, सॉरी, रूम डेटाबेस है, प्री पॉपुलेटिंग रूम डेटाबेस है, आई एम जस्ट टॉकिंग अबाउट द कॉन्सेप्ट। जेटपैक कंपोज का यूआई है, नेविगेशन है, हिल्ट है, सब वो सब आ गया, राइट? तो आप ऐसे सीखना स्टार्ट करोगे तो आपके लिए इजी हो जाएगा, आपको लेजीनेस नहीं होगा, क्योंकि आपको लगेगा कि नहीं मेरे को ये करना है क्योंकि ये मेरे लिए यूजफुल है। तो ऐसी कोई भी छोटी सी रिक्वायरमेंट हो आपकी लाइफ में या आपके कोई रिलेटिव्स में या आप फ्रेंड या कुछ भी, और जो आपको लगता हो कि एक सिंपल एप्लीकेशन सॉल्व कर सकती है, तो ट्राई टू बिल्ड दैट। दिस वे यू विल गेट द एंथुजियाज्म एंड यू वॉन्ट फील लेजीनेस, ठीक है? तो ये फर्स्ट क्वेश्चन हो गया। एफर्ट्स तो आपको डालने ही पड़ेंगे। सी दिस इज वन थिंग, विदाउट एफर्ट्स यू कैन नॉट डू anything. Yesterday at the night I was waking up at 2 a.m., right, to build build that application. बनाई हुई थी मैंने एक बार, बट मैंने सोचा कि क्यों ना मटेरियल 3 का यूज करके ऐसे बना दूं तो फादर्स को भी अच्छा लगेगा, यूआई एंड दिस काइंड ऑफ थिंग। तो कल रात 2 बजे तक मैंने वही किया। एफर्ट्स तो आपको डालने पड़ेंगे, उसमें कोई कुछ नहीं कर सकता। बट अगर इस तरीके से आप बिल्ड करोगे तो आपको एंथुजियाज्म भी बना रहेगा और लेजीनेस फील नहीं होगी, ठीक है? दैट इज वन थिंग। एंड रिगार्डिंग द इंटरव्यू प्रिपरेशन, तो आप सिंपल एंड्रॉइड ऐसे सीख लो, यूट्यूब पे जाके कहीं पे सीख लो। सी रोड मैप, मैं तो रोड मैप पे मैंने कभी किया ही नहीं है, राइट? तो मैं क्या एडवाइस दूं उस पे, क्योंकि मैंने कभी रोड मैप कोई फॉलो नहीं किया। मुझे लगता था एंड्रॉइड सीखना है, मैंने सीखना स्टार्ट कर दिया। आई थॉट मुझे स्प्रिंग बूट सीखना है, मैंने स्प्रिंग बूट सीखना स्टार्ट कर दिया। तो ऐसे आप जो आपको सीखना है वो आप स्टार्ट कर दो, और उसमें क्या कॉन्सेप्ट है वो तो आप यूट्यूब पे जाओगे, मुझे बताने की भी जरूरत नहीं। यूट्यूब पे आपको हंड्रेड्स ऑफ प्लेलिस्ट अच्छे अच्छे मिल जाएंगे। अगर आपको कुछ नहीं मिल रहा है देन यू कैन आस्क मी, आई कैन प्रोवाइड, बट फर्स्ट ट्राई टू सर्च ऑन योर ओन that what the things available, what are the good things, and there is nothing, see there is nothing like a perfect thing. आप ऐसे मत इसके पीछे मत भागो, ये परफेक्ट प्लेलिस्ट है, ये परफेक्ट प्लेलिस्ट है, मुझे तो मिला वो परफेक्ट नहीं था, ऐसे ऐसे कुछ नहीं होता। जस्ट ट्राई टू लर्न, किक स्टार्ट योर लर्निंग जर्नी। ओके, सीखना स्टार्ट करो, बाकी सब कुछ धीरे धीरे आता जाएगा इटरेशन में, ठीक है? तो ऐसे आप सीखना स्टार्ट कर सकते हो एंड्रॉइड में भी, और यूट्यूब पे, और कोई पेड कोर्सेज, यूडेमी, यूडासिटी, कोर्सेरा, या मेरा कोई कोर्स, कोई कहीं से भी आप सीख सकते हो। तो आपको जरूरत है सिर्फ फर्स्ट स्टेप लेने की, बाकी तो ऐसे ऐसे होता जाएगा। ओके, okay. Okay, and Akash, okay, now coming to Akash question, what he is asking. Okay, my question is, currently I'm writing an app from scratch. It is based on single activity and multiple fragments using NeoGraph. I want to use Compose for UI. Also, it takes more time for me to build UI in Compose as compared to XML. Is it okay to use Compose UI in fragments? I observe some laggy behavior while using Compose View. That's why I have doubt in mind. Is it fine to go ahead with Compose View in production level application? Okay. So is it your own personal application, or are you working on your company's application?
It is a company's application.
Okay. Yeah, so then you need to take extra care regarding this performance and all of these things. So what you can do, yeah, you can definitely, what you can do, if it's a company's application, don't just go all in all with the compose. Try to replace few XML UI using the compose. You have just said, right, using compose view and fragment. So yeah, you can do so. Try to replace a few portion of the UI using the compose, see how it goes. If it goes well, replace all other views as well. If it doesn't go well, then what you can do is you can ask your company to start focusing on building the application from the scratch in compose. But I believe in the 99% case it won't be needed, because these things will definitely work for you, that go one thing at a time. First replace just a few views using the compose, that's fine. And even if it takes more time to you building the UI using compose, that's fine, because I believe you are in a learning phase, right? When I was learning the compose and using it for in the first times, it was taking a lot of time for me to. But now I feel that compose is the very good, and it takes a lot less time for me for building UI compared to XML. So definitely just go step by step. First use a few compose application, even though it takes time. First replace few views using the compose, and then slightly replace other views using the compose, and that way at a one point you will have your entire application in compose. Okay.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Okay, great. And one question that I get a lot is, should I go for the compose only or XML? So to be specific and be frank, see, compose is essential and compose is the future, right? You should definitely learn it. But from the job perspective, what you still need is an XML. If you specifically, if you are just starting out in this domain, see, I have 5 years of experience and I have literally dropped the XML. I can do so because I'm confident in compose and I have experience. But as an intern or as a 1 or 2 years of experience, you cannot just simply drop XML, because they won't believe these kinds of these things. I'm just giving you pure facts. So what you need to do, you need to focus on XML as well, learn the XML, uh, as well as how to build the UI in a compose, because compose is a future. So learn the XML as well, but focus on a compose. So that is something I can advise whoever needs to listen this. Okay. Salma Khan said how to read Android docs properly. So I don't think there is something like how to reading these documents properly. Android documents is a very nicely written documents. You can simply go to any topic and see the Android documents. Official documents are the most up to date as well as the most complete document. In one tutorial you might find that okay, things are working for me, but there may be some caveats that's not mentioned in the tutorial. So that things is will be definitely mentioned in the official document. So I'm not saying that don't learn via tutorial, do that, but along with that, just try to check the official page at least for a one time, and just scroll and see what is mentioned there, and just try to read it. And it's simple. I don't think there is something like how to read it properly. It's a simple document written. Maybe I'm missing something that she is asking, but I believe that that's quite simple to read and understand as well. And the aesthetics is well, right? Android developer site is a very nicely built UI. They have nice built UI, so you can go through that. Okay. Any more questions? It's 10:13. So do we have any questions, or we can wind up this session? Okay, I can see no question, so that's fine. Everyone is sorted. That's great. So yeah, thank you everyone for joining, and I'll try to continue this kinds of a session in a futures as well. So because that might help those who needs to get some answers related to careers or interviews or any technical things. You can get the answer, as well as we can just meet and have a talk and chit these kinds of a chit chat. Okay. And even after this session, if you have any question, you can simply connect with me on a LinkedIn, or if you are on WhatsApp, you can do send a DM to me, and I'll try to answer. Okay. Thank you everyone for joining. Have a good day. Have a good night, and bye bye. Thank you.